The sounds of lightning and thunder. Sounds interesting when you think about it, but it seems to be every day in this world. But welcome back everybody to another episode on the Siege SMP server. Now that is actually one of the points I'm going to bring up today actually, but first of all, it's been a while, I have to admit. It's probably been just short of 3 weeks since my last video. I do apologise for that. I have been seriously very busy recently. I haven't had a lot of time to even come on Minecraft. I've barely even been on Xbox as it is. And one of the few times I did come on Xbox is when this happened. Ran out of black glass and I accidentally broke it. Or, when I say I broke it, Riley broke it. So yeah, I can blame him for that, because that just looks wrong. I need to go and get some squid ink for that. But before we get any distracted anymore, I thought I'd start a new thing for the series by, because I tend to drift off on different things. I kind of go off topic a lot. I wanted to kind of focus it down a little bit more and get basically get notes on what we want to do in each episode. Now, really rough idea. I really don't know what I'm going to be going through here. So basically I'm going to go through this one by one this episode while I show you off some of the changes I've managed to make, whilst explaining some new changes we're going to make on camera with you guys in the upcoming episodes. So hopefully you've all had a quick read over that. Hopefully it gets you excited. I'll try and timestamp them in the description from now on, so you know when I'm talking about different things, just in case it interests you more about certain topics than others. For example, I feel like when I discuss CTM maps later on, a lot of people will be interested in that, but other stuff maybe not. So, first of all, you'll notice the staircase has moved here now. I finally was getting annoyed with this. I finally redesigned it all. And you may notice a little bit of a spoiler there with that piece of wood. Took the sign off here. Well, I didn't take the sign off. I kind of reverted back a save. So the stuff you saw last episode basically never happened. Trying to get the iterations back onto the Xbox One. I'm trying to get it running thoroughly, basically. So the last 2 episodes, effectively, we haven't done anything. The last thing I've really done on here, with you guys, was probably on the 360. So this is the Xbox One version. We're actually on the save file now, which we're going to be keeping. And basically, it is in a legitimate survival mode now. There's no more host options and stuff. I've changed it so that it is legit survival. There is actually no creative flag on it, so if you do want to get your leaderboard and achievements, you can come on this world again. But yeah, so we'll move on. So first thing you'll notice is there is a nice extended sections now. I've kind of redesigned it all and put in these tunnels going down. Some of this was already here previously, so this was here and the stairs went down. I actually don't remember, this was quite a while ago since I built all of this. It needs lighting. So basically what we've got here is some tunnels to go to the redstone so we can seal the wall off. Basically what we're going to have is there's more zombie spawners on the other side, so we're going to basically combine the 2 farms together. I think there's 2, there might be 3 over this side. I know there's 1 over here, just behind this wall here, but this isn't actually attached to them. Kind of discovered a new cave system when I was repopulating. It basically is that one there, but it's mirrored. I don't know why. But yeah, so this is the side the zombies will be on eventually. I think it's just through there, that cave. Just a lot of gravel there when it repopulated. Down here is a tunnel towards the base. So, I have been a little bit busier. I have redesigned a whole bunch. Let's get in and let's go over. So basically with this, we've got progress reports. So basically I've kind of already gone over that. Future projects. Probably be best to do that one after I've explained some of the stuff like moving forward and stuff. So moving on into the future, I kind of, at the beginning of the year, discussed about doing multiple different series. Now, oh, hello. Where have you just come from? Wow, if I don't get distracted doing a video, I don't know what is. The game's trying to distract me now by throwing Enderman at me. But basically, at the beginning of the year, I discussed about different new series, and kind of need to go over this base, so I'll kind of step back a sec and explain. So basically, I've said it 4 times now, I'm not saying it again. But basically, I don't really have the time anymore to do 2, 3, 4 series at the moment. I'm barely struggling to get on to do 1, 2 videos a week. Now, the last couple of weeks I've used as a break / kind of just doing my own thing for a little bit. I've been very busy, as I've said, coming back into the routine of work and university and things like that. But now, I've kind of figured it out. I've got a couple days off in a week and stuff now. So basically, what I'm going to try and do is, on those 2 days a week that I'm off, is record 1 video. So you guys will get 2 videos a week. They'll not necessarily both be Minecraft. I'm thinking of doing 50-50 split with Minecraft and Destiny. That may change, though I might mix it up with the other videos. But this, Minecraft will be the main one here. And that kind of links me into a series name change. Now, it is named the Siege SMP server. But, as you'll notice, I'm on my own. And most of the time when I'm on the world, I'm on my own. I don't want to basically name it as a single player, essentially, but I want to basically drop the SMP from the name. So, basically, the world will still be the Siege SMP, but I don't feel like it would be necessary to keep putting that in the name of the videos every time. I feel like it would be more important to put less in a title, so that you guys can understand it a bit better. So we'll trial by changing it at some point. So the series will remain on this world. There'll be no changing like that. I just want to drop the name change so that basically I can run this as a single player with the occasional people coming on to play mini games that we've built or trying to live on the world basically. It'll be just friends from now. I'm kind of dropping the open server. I don't really know what you call it. There's a word for it. And my mind's just all... it's all mumbled up at the moment. But yeah, before we get distracted anymore, I'll start showing you off some of the changes I've made to the base. Most of it is signposted for what we've done. So I didn't really want to lose this thing. Now, when we did this originally on the 5-episode series back in September, October, we built a horse stable. And I didn't want to lose that because I thought it was pretty neat. And I've added it in at the top of the base here. Pretty much in the identical places to where it was on the other base. And basically, I've currently got it wired up. There isn't any tripwires in it just yet, because I haven't quite built everything right. But they do work, so horses can be kept in these now to be kept safe. So that'll be the horse stables. What we've got over here is a new parkour course that I'm going to try and build. I want to just try and build something interesting in this guy here. Because as you'll notice, on camera and off camera, I tend to just be running around the base, just thinking of things to do, and I just love the fact of just maybe I could just have something up in the sky here that I could practice on and learn, so I could jump across, bit of ladder parkour, some trapdoors, who knows. But yeah, this is the first time I've kind of been wandering around the base since it came back again, so I've cut off that mine shaft there. Ooh, the farm's almost done. Fix me, yeah, but I need to get rid of this pressure plate. It works and all, but there's too many times that it goes off by accident, if you know what I mean. So is that all of it? Except for the stuff that normally gets trapped anyway. There we go, let's just dump that. 1, 2. But yeah, I kind of need to get rid of this pressure plate. It gets on my nerves too much. Plus, I'm tempted to redesign this place, but this side can stay the same for now because I'm focusing on other sides of the base. Mainly down here to my left. Floating anvil. Oh, it's on a slab. Never mind. But yeah, we need to do another map run. We need to update our map wall again. It looks like you can kind of see where the old boundary ends. The old boundary ending there, and the new one starting up. So that's cool. Brought all the enchanted books over. Started combining some together to get some decent gear. Brewing stuff. I do need to bring over the gear from the other base again. The starter house. So I'll kind of reorganize some of the stuff here. You may notice some Eyes of Ender there, which because, as it says in the book, right at the end there, we're looking at doing some boss fights. Kind of looking at doing them all in one video. So I've got 3 Wither Skulls ready, I know where the Guardian Temple is, and I know where the end portals are. So I'm looking at trying to get a group event going. I might drag some people in. I don't know how I'm going to work the audio yet. I don't know how Xbox Ones work that way. I know how it worked on the 360, but the Xbox One's slightly different. So you'll notice that this is blocked off here, which is because I don't like it. I've honestly looked at this place for so long now. I've been used to it being this way. I just haven't been 100% happy with how it was. So I've blocked it off, and I'm looking at redesigning. I was incredibly lucky that where this sticks down here is exactly in line with where this stuff goes here. I cannot believe how lucky that was. So that when we re-add the brewing room in, we redo the armor farm. I'm not sure if I'm going to redo that because I've got the skeleton farm. I might just make a mining hub here, which is why that sign's there. obviously I do need to finish this section off as well, cover that wall up. But obviously, that's all for the future. So I've blocked that off, and I've also blocked off the other tunnel going left, if you go up that way and then turn left. And we'll go over there in a second, because I've redesigned that entire section today, basically. Expand me, you can't really be expanded. I think it's talking, when I wrote this, I think I was talking about the mob grinder. Because all the caves around here are pretty much lit up, why don't we just expand this mob grinder? Since we're in an amplified world, we can go way, way above where we are at the moment. We can add a lot more layers. And it makes it useful because, look, I think that guy's just spawned down here because it's dark. That is rare. That tells you how little spawning space we've got if they're all spawning there still. Which is nice. The villager is gone. That's another thing. All the villagers in the world seem to have disappeared. So basically, any villagers we had prior to the title update 31 are gone. And after it, to be in fact. But yeah, the main reason I really had that thing there was just as a gunpowder farm, because I'm going to need one again now that I'm back in vanilla. So, what else we got? We've done progress report, I'm back, my series has returned. Future projects, couple future projects actually. One of them's to do in here in this base, with the main project being the new big zone in the base. Now we have one current big zone in the base. We have like this mini section here, but the big zone being this sort of room here. I want to make one bigger than this. Excuse me. And I want to build certain farms in this certain place. Now I want to make a tree farm because I'm desperately needing one, because currently all I do is I go into that main room there and just grow trees on the grass. Melon and pumpkin. I never had a melon and pumpkin farm in this base originally, so it'd be interesting to see what I do with it. Wow, that's growing quite a lot. Village zone. When I say village zone, I mean just village. It's for villagers, basically. I want to kind of go into in-depth a little bit more with villager trading and trying to get a grasp. There we go. God, I could not say that word there for a second. I want to get a grasp on the new trading systems, basically, because they have changed a hell of a lot, and if I can get some like librarians with name tag trades and stuff, that'd be pretty sweet. Okay, so without further ado, let's go down here. You may have noticed already some new sections, but the power core that we also mentioned in the same 5-episode series we did with the stables, I mentioned this a lot in that one, and I want to put it into fruition because I thought it was a brilliant idea, and there's no point wasting it. So I've built a little bit of a room here, adjusted where the beacon is in the base, because the beacon used to be where the old corridor was here. I've taken the corridor out, and basically I've added in some new stuff. Got a new staircase coming down into this section. Let's just go over to that, which is right here, which takes you out pretty much dead center on that, which is pretty cool, because we're going to have two entrances to that new zone where the tree melon farm is, basically through this section here. I don't know why there's a chicken down here, but basically this is going to be the lower entrance to the tree, melon, pumpkin, villager farms. That's why that's T whatever. Why is there a mushroom there? What? What? That's new. Since when has there been a mushroom there? And it's floating too. Oh, I bet I can't move that now. Here, guy. No more chickens. I did have a chicken grow in here, but it despawned. I think there's a bug at the moment where they despawn. I want to redo the chest area. There's not enough chests now with all the new blocks and stuff. I'm running out of space. I want to redesign it. I need a new enchanting room, because I've currently only got the one at the skeleton farm, which I'm actually using. But basic premise though for the power core, if any of you don't understand, basically a different music disc will activate different zones on the base, turning all the farms into automatic farms. So basically if I wanted to do this, I would have a wall labeling the name of the music disc. I might rename the music disc, I don't know if you can rename it and it still work. It's worth a go. We've got 16 levels. Let's see if we can rename a music disc that we've got as a duplicate. I'm sure we won't need all of these. Let's, I'm sure Cat will show up at some other time. Let's see, what can we name it? Let's say this was the, what farm have we got that we could currently turn automatic in the base? We've currently got sugarcane, cactus farms, stuff like that. So if this was going to be auto smelting cactus farm or something, we'd name it auto smelting cactus farm. You put it in, your cactus farm smelts all the stuff up. you're all doing well, basically. I think the only farm currently we've got that we can use is the wheat farm, which is the one with the water and the pressure plate which activates it. So basically, if I rename this, the thing that we're going to look for here, you can rename it to wheat farm. Brilliant. If I put this in as wheat farm, then hopefully, oh, hang on, I've run past it. I'll have to get used to it being here. So basically, if I put this in, does it come back out as wheat farm or cat? And it's gone behind the wall. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, it's over there. It unnames it. Okay. So we're going to have to come up with a sign/music disc name. So if it was cat, you would say that was the wheat farm. Because basically, or maybe off the colour of the disc. But there is a lot of colours that are quite similar. I think I've got chirps red, isn't it? Yeah, chirps red. Let's put that there. There we go. But yeah, last thing on the list really here is, now I've looked at the base redesigning, we've talked about boss fighting, changing the name of the series, future projects, progress report, moving forward, and last but not least, CTM maps. Now, most of my channel's fanbase has been based around the CTM map community for quite a while now, the 360 version of it, but with me moving to the Xbox One, Minecraft cannot be downloaded as a map on the Xbox One. Without basically making maps on the 360 for people to convert, there is no other way of making a CTM map. Now, I don't, at the moment, have plans to start a new map. I have ideas for one, but I'm really not in the mood to basically build it. I may be in the future. I'm not saying that I'm completely stopping making them. I'm just saying that currently, my interests are severely lacking to make the maps. There's just not enough encouragement for me to make them. Now, I'll happily make them for you guys if there's the support for it. Now, the problem with it being, I don't get enough feedback from you guys to tell, which it kind of bothers me a little bit. So, if you notice why I don't make enough maps, I would have made a hell of a lot more by now, because Into the Depths came out 6 months ago now. So it's been 6 months now without making a new map, or even starting on one. I had the same thing with it, Lost in the Depths, when I finished that, or when I gave up with that, because I never finished it. I had all 16 wool ready on that, but I never did anything on it, basically. I never finished it, because the bedrocking was too dull and too boring. And when I took it into MC Edit for the first time, I lost a lot of the work. You see what I mean? I'm running around the base. I would love a parkour course here. That'd make perfect sense. We need to make more farms that are automated in this base, because we've currently got 2 farms really that are automatic, but one of them we really need to put like an on-off switch on this thing. I don't know. This cactus farms could be automatic. We could make an automatic sugarcane farm. There's lots and lots of options for what we can do. We can definitely turn on and off zombie farms and stuff like that. I think there's some cave spider spawners through there, so maybe we'll expand that way in the future. But the last future project, though, moving off CTM maps for a bit, I'm kind of looking at your guys' feedback before I really make a rash decision about it. I don't want to upset too many people by saying something that I will mean that's permanent. So, the last thing, though, is looking at trying to build the spawn town. I've had ideas for a long time of building a medieval-style village, and I've been watching people very closely on how they do their builds. And I think I've finally come up with someone's basically inspired buildings. Now, I saw somebody making a server spawn, and I thought that the way they finished that, the way that it finished off looking, was absolutely amazing. And for anybody that doesn't know what I'm referencing here, because I haven't really said anything about it, basically Arcus made a public server for, I forgot the IP address of whatever there is. I don't know. What's the name of it? Oh, I've forgotten. But basically, he's made a series on there of making a public server spawn, and I really love the way that the builds turn out on that. So I'm inspired to not copy it, but build in a similar style to it at our spawn town within the borders of like the extreme amplified world above us. And that pretty much wraps up everything I wanted to say this episode. We'll get back to doing productive stuff next time. This has been a very rambly episode. I've needed to put one of these out because, well, you guys Could have thought I was dead. No, I'm joking. But yeah, now that you know the project, the future, and all that lot, I guess I will see you all again in the next one, when I think maybe what we'll either get on with the power core, either the item storage at the skeleton farm, or maybe we'll be doing the boss fights, depends on people's availability. And until then, bye bye.